Imagine having a child in your home. A child so beautiful and with so much potential. Someday, because you know what is best for a child, you hand her off to the group of professionals to raise her. But then, just because of something you have set on mind, you are forbidden to reunite with your child and even take credit for your success. While you're wondering what kind of sad story this is what happened to J.K. Rowling. And the child is her Harry Potter universe. In June 2020, J.K. Rowling on her Twitter stated that people who menstruate are women, which is criticized as hate towards transgender people, even though she claims that she loves them. Of course, what she said was somewhat controversial, but does this change her contributions to creating the magical world we are all familiar with? When HBO Max released the 20th anniversary of the film Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which includes many members of the cast and crew, J.K. Rowling was missing from the reunion. And even though it is not officially announced, it is strongly speculated that HBO Max did not invite her to be politically correct and to avoid criticism, even though the series of films would not have been made without her. Political correctness in plain words is languages and actions that avoid offending persons of various genders, cultures, or social conditions. For example, instead of using gender terms like girl and boyfriend, we use the word partner. What is motivating everyone to conform to political correctness, you might ask? Well, a recent rise in cancel culture is what is empowering the effects of political correctness. The culture is the phenomenon of promoting the canceling of people, to withdraw support for a figure, including celebrities, brands, movies, companies, who said or did something objectionable, offensive, or problematic. It's like the modern internet version of the Montgomery bus boycott on a larger scale. And J.K. Rowling is one of the many victims of cancel culture. Prompted by the rise of social media, political correctness accompanied by cancel culture has become a threat to our media industry in multiple aspects. The media, like literature, has been very helpful for us to understand the lives in the past, since many of the characters and settings are based upon the culture in that era. We are able to experience those cultures in society in the most realistic way possible. However, political correctness has been undermining the opportunity for us to experience and appreciate past films. A great example is the film Gone with the Wind. This romantic film, in its context, depicts a lot of issues during the American Civil War, such as slavery, adultery, and theft. This 1939 classic, even though it has been one of the most iconic films in Hollywood, after winning 8 Academy Awards, has met serious scrutiny. The Orpheum Theater in Memphis, Tennessee, has held showings of Gone with the Wind because it was deemed as insensitive. And HBO Max also removed it from its platform because its romanticized depictions of slavery are considered outdated. Have you caught the irony of this? This film, though being a romantic film, could have become a valuable asset that could help us understand the culture during that time. Let us realize how far we have come, including banning slavery and having equal rights for colored people. But instead, it is canceled because its content is viewed without context. In the same notion, when new ideas are formed in the future, and our current one becomes outdated, does it mean that the future generations cannot appreciate the films we enjoy now? Apart from the threat to past works in media, political correctness are also threatening current works, making them a lot less interesting. Imagine this, you are now a famous painter. If you're trying to draw a group of people, you must present one of them with a darker color skin. If you're trying to draw a group of young teens, you must portray one of them to be homosexual. Well, how do you feel as an artist when your expressive ideas are restricted and limited? I don't think anyone would like to have their creativity bounded. But this is what is happening to our artists within our media industry. When they're trying to create a group of characters on screen, they must include a character that represents a minority group to avoid criticism, even if it doesn't really help the development of the whole story. While it may seem like a good thing to ensure that all groups can be represented on screen, they may be improperly represented by the media, and it's bad. Instead of creating genuinely realistic characters, some movies include gay characters that just feel artificial and forced. It could generate bad stereotypes for the audience and cause efforts to look like cheap charities offered to these groups. And only if political correctness is gone will we start to find genuine characters that correctly represents these groups. Furthermore, comedy as an essential part of the media has been largely handicapped. The famous comedian and actor Stephen Harvey stated that every joke now it hurts somebody's feelings. When people don't understand comedians, is that a joke has to be about something. It has to be about somebody. Because that's the most interesting topic. And it's true. Jokes now in movies and TV shows can no longer target any person because they may be seen as insensitive by certain groups of people. As political correctness continues to discourage dissenting opinions, creators of media will continue to be restricted and discouraged to be different or to break out from the norm. Would you want to watch similar plots and jokes in films and TV shows for the rest of your life? Making these works less interesting is a big problem. Yet, the bigger problem is that certain media content will not be made at all due to political correctness and canceling culture, which strips away the opportunity for a content creator to truly express themselves and the audience to enjoy new and potentially impactful educational content. Scarlett Johansson, once the world's highest paid actress in 2018 and 19, widely known for her portrayal of Black Widow on screen, was cast to play a famous American transgender gangster and massage parlor owner Dante Peg's in a new trans film, Robin Tuck. However, after receiving a near-universal criticism and backlash from the transgender people, she voluntarily dropped out of the film. And after she left, the movie was never been filmed. The audience lost their chance to experience the life of a trans man gangster on screen. I understand that if canceling culture and political correctness are wiped out of existence, then the minority group may forever be silenced. But these tools are becoming so powerful, and you can force the majority to conform and become silent. As John F. Kennedy wisely noted, conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. So, if we want our media industry to continue growing and improving, while the media creators can freely express themselves, then we must replace cancel culture with something else. When past films have outdated ideologies, we introduce the context instead of canceling. When media celebrities express questionable speech, we should debate and persuade instead of canceling. And when media contents are to be made, we should read them through the lens of art and not the lens of political correctness. Together, we can cancel the cancel culture and build a better environment for our media. Thank you.